My name is Mara Fraser. I'm 35. On the morning I promised to choose love in front of everyone who mattered, my phone buzzed with a message from my mother. Don't expect anyone to show. Best of luck, no punctuation, no explanation, just a clean cut. The bridal suite smelled of eucalyptus. Tessa pinned my veil while laughter seeped through the wall. Cal's laugh. In less than an hour, he'd be my husband. He didn't know my family had decided to vanish. They'd never said it outright, not to him. Just little slashes, scrappy, not a strategic match. Smiles that hardened the moment we were alone. I kept believing love could outlast their performance. Music rose. I walked the aisle and tried not to scan the front row. I failed. The seats marked reserved stayed empty. No parents, no sister, not even a text with a lie. Then Cal turned, and his eyes held mine like a vow that didn't need witnesses. We spoke promises into the hush. We kissed. Our friends cheered hard enough to cover what my family refused to see. At the reception, joy did what it always does. It got loud. Cal's parents danced. Nobody asked why my side was missing. I let them assume weather, flights, fate. I slipped onto the patio for air. The sky was a stern blue. My phone lit again. My cousin's post. Maui, a perfect beach. My parents, my sister, my aunts, arms linked, grinning. The caption read, "Finally together. Love wins. #family forever." For one sharp minute, it hurt. Then it cooled into clarity. I locked the screen, went back inside, kissed Cal's cheek, and kept dancing, already deciding what I would stop paying for. Monday, I walked into Fraser Holdings and did what I'd always done. Kept the machine running. For 10 years I'd held the keys, contracts, payroll, taxes, the passwords no one else learned. By noon, my withdrawal from the entity was filed. By late afternoon, the corporate cards under my authority went dead. Travel, fuel, incidentals, the lake house account, Sloane's stipend she called temporary. No speeches. I just closed the ledger. The family chat erupted. Grant, reverse it, now! Sloane, you're destroying us. I turned my phone over and ate leftover cake with Cal. A week later, 6:50 a.m., pounding. My father stood outside, already mid-accusation. "You humiliated me," he said. "You stranded us." "You skipped my wedding," I answered. He called it one event. He reminded me who built the company, who made me, like gratitude was a leash. I waited until he needed air. "Ledger's close," I said. "If you want my shares, buy them back at market value, up front. Until then, my name is off everything." His hand shot out to stop the door. I shut it anyway. That night, his law firm sent a glossy offer. Partnership reintegration proposal. Buried inside, a clause about cutting non-beneficial personal affiliations. Cal, without the courtesy of a name. 2 nights later, Rain brought my mother to my doorstep. "Be the adult," she whispered. "I already was," I said. When she hinted my husband didn't fit our future, something inside me clicked shut. "You don't exist in mine." She left. The next morning, the subject line arrived. Intent to sue for breach of fiduciary duty. I forwarded it to Lena and steadied for what came next. Lena called before I'd finished my first cup. "They filed loud," she said. "But their fingerprints are everywhere. You kept receipts?" "I kept everything," I said, surprised by the steadiness in my own voice. In her office, she slid the reintegration proposal toward me and tapped the buried line about non-beneficial affiliations. "This is them trying to bargain your marriage," she said. "Judges hate leverage like that." Weeks unspooled. Vendors called me out of habit. I redirected them to Grant's team. The lease payment failed. A lender emailed urgent. I forwarded it to Lena and closed my laptop. I didn't sabotage a thing. The infrastructure simply stopped obeying people who'd never learned how it worked. Mediation came fast. Grant arrived in a suit that smelled like expensive anger. My mother sat rigid beside him. Sloane stared at her hands. No one apologized. They spoke about brand harm and family unity, as if my wedding had been a scheduling error. When it was my turn, I didn't argue. I placed a folder on the table, the Maui photo time-stamped against my ceremony, the clause aimed at Cal, my withdrawal filings, the audit trail that proved I'd acted cleanly. "I'm not here to punish you," I said. "I'm here to be free." The judge dismissed their claims and ordered a buyout of my shares at market value, wired within 30 days. Grant's face went blank, like a screen losing power. On transfer day, Cal and I loaded 2 bags into the car and drove until the air tasted like salt. We ate fish tacos on the hood and watched the ocean erase the horizon. My phone stayed off. For the first time, silence didn't feel like absence. It felt like mine.